on the breaking edge. I mean, she's on the fence of being resilient and being able to recover from her lifestyle and from having fetal alcohol syndrome, to be put back into that same situation. And just this week, she was pulled out of that home, and now she's back with me again. And so now I have to start all over again.
Yeah. And you're finding that right now is that she's actually reverted back.
She's reverted worse than when I first got 11 months ago. Yeah. She's worse right now, and right now we have to build those relationships again. And you know, at this age, at 7 years old, is such an important age, as you know, as far as a child in their educational journey and in making connections and relationships with people. And it's just so sad to see that all the work that we've done for 11 months, 7 weeks of being taken out of this environment and put back into her old environment, has done more damage to her. That now we've got to hope and pray that we're able to get her to be resilient again, and to begin to build that trust from those relationships.
Can it be done, Ty? Can she get back to where she was again and continue to see further progression based on your experience?
Absolutely. She can actually thrive. And Miss Aliciia, I believe the most beautiful gift you can give her is consistency, which you already know, because
yes,
it is about repetition when you're building attachment, which I know you know that. And as caregivers and placing her in caregivers' hands, important for them, obviously, to know her progress and her regression, because that is what's going to help build her back up. The most important thing in her life right now is that safe space. And once you've provided that, you can only go up, as you actually just saw by her experience over the 7-week period that she was away from you. And it is very, very true. Those negative factors will put her in a relapse in a blink of an eye. Those positive factors, though they take longer to be sustained. They can be sustained over a period of time once you break through that wall again. And the beautiful thing is that you have the desire and the will to do it. And as we all know, as caregivers of children who have attachment issues, we have to respond to their cues. We have to be cooperative. We have to give them a physical environment to thrive in, you know. We have to show them that they are accepted for who they are. And we have to limit our negatives. And we have to do a 5-to-1 positive to negative reinforcement. I mean, these are things that we all know just normally. But also psychologically, what it does to her mirror neurons is phenomenal. She is now able to mirror positive, healthy behavior versus a maladaptive behavior that she was involved in before. And that is going to be the difference between her failure to thrive and failure to strive.
Sure. You know, and ma'am, everything you have said is so correct, and I'm really working hard with her right now on that and giving her time to settle in and to know again and to be able to know that this is a safe environment for her and that no harm is going to come to her. But I think, like you said, we all know that, but the problem is we all don't know that. And we on this phone call know this, but there's so many people in our community, in our society, in our neighborhoods, in our state that do not know this. And so how do we get this message to all of those people out there so that these children are able to thrive and are able to have success in their lives? And it goes back to what you said at the very beginning. It's educating people. It's through education that we're going to be able to do this.
Yes,
there's some efforts in place right now to start this education piece. Well, let me. I guess I should amend that. This is where it starts. This is where it starts, is because there's dialogue going on right now. Whether it helps one person or it helps 1 million people, the fact of the matter is there's dialogue starting right now, and somebody's getting healing based on this message right now. There was somebody out there that was a little less prepared to deal with the situation are a little more prepared, I should say, to deal with the situation now than they were before they listened to this broadcast. So this is where it starts. Literally where it starts. Now,
We
applaud you
for doing this, Idale.
Absolutely.
It's scary. And I'll tell you what, it's scary. It's a scary reality, and that's the reason why I think we needed to do this, because it's really scary. And I'll tell you what's scary, and I'll ask both of you guys, and maybe I'll just present it to you first, Ty. Why do we do it though? Why are you finding that women are doing it even though they know that it has these ill repercussions, and now even potentially legal ramifications? Why do you think they're continuing to push through it? Why do they continue to use these drugs, knowing that there's a possibility that they could snuff out the life of a child, potentially their own, and then ultimately be incarcerated? What do you find? What have you heard?
So what I've experienced is addictions is not something that you can just stop doing. Just like our children who become addicted prenatally, our adult women who are addicted have to have that support system, and they have to have that intervention as well. It's not simply educating them and talking with them. It is a part of being a bridge to getting them out of that biopsychosocial situation that they're in. If we don't take that entire addict's nucleus, their whole circle, their whole environment, and treat the whole person, you're only treating part of the problem. It's just like a piece of pizza. If you eat one slice, you still have a whole lot of pizza left. But if you start eating all the pizza little by little by little, you have this satiation feeling that it makes you happy. It makes you want to lay on the couch. It makes you want to just exhale. Well, we have to treat our addicts in recovery like that also. We want to get them to the point where they exhale. We only want to get them to the point where they're just wanting a little bit more. Okay, and then they're going to go back and a little bit more, because what they do in that meantime, they're going to go get that fix the other way because they only got a little piece of the pie. So instead, we need to offer them as many different routes and avenues. I'm talking different methods of reaching our young folks, going into their communities, setting up shop in their neighborhoods, literally setting up shop in their neighborhoods. And another thing is we have to look at how the funding has changed over the years, which is a real big issue in the state of Colorado. We need the funding to get these women and men into treatment facilities. And I'm not talking short-term facilities. I'm talking facilities that are 9 months, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year facilities. Depending upon how long they've used drugs, you have to give them that opportunity to learn new behavior. It is reconditioning, rehabilitation for a reason. Rehabilitation doesn't happen with one therapy session or one counseling session, and it really doesn't happen online.
Aliciia, where are you finding roadblocks and obstacles to your progress, if any?
I think the roadblock that I have found is our system that allows mothers who continuously drink while they're pregnant, and then once the child is born, and our system keeps giving the kids back to the parents, giving them back to these mothers. And I think our system thinks, okay, they've gone through 6 months of treatment and they haven't had alcohol, they haven't had any drugs for 6 months, so now they're ready for their child. When in reality, if we only are focusing on the drugs, as Ty was saying, there's so many other issues that need to be taken care of before we decide to put this child back in with the parent.
Yes, ma'am.
And I mean, there's the abuse, because once you're addicted to many things.
Yes.
You have addicted personality. And so you can't just fix the one addiction, because other addictions will take that place.
That's right.
My goal, Idale, and I'm working on right now, is to open up an International Learning and Cultural Resource Center right in Aurora.
Nice.
We're working on the building right now. We hope to have it open July 1st. It will be a preschool program, and it will also be a resource center for our community, where I hope to be able to teach parenting classes, to be able to have young teens, girls to come in and talk about some of these issues, some young men come in and talk with them about different issues, and really be there for that community and be a resource where if somebody needs some education or some guidance or some suggestions, that we're there for them. And that's where it should begin. And if each small community can begin to have some type of resource center someplace where you can say your doors are open, please come in and let's see how. And if we can't find the answers, we can't support you, we can't help you, we will find someone that will.
That's right.
See, I knew tonight for some reason God was going to put two bad mamma jammas on this broadcast with me, and that's what I was hoping and I was praying for. I know your history, Aliciia, I know your history, and this is exactly what I had anticipated. So I guess what I'm hearing you say right now is there's going to be a resource center for somebody out there that's listening right now. There could potentially be, or is going to be, a resource center on or around July 1st that could actually help them through some of these difficult situations.
It's the beginning. That's my goal. I mean, we hope to have it open grand opening July 1st, and we also plan on having a play therapist, mental health person staffed in that building also. So people that have other issues, and I think you had her on your air not too long ago, Amber Smith. She's going to be the therapist in the building. And so we hope to be able to pull in many different experts into this building so that it's a one-stop place where people can come and get the support they need, bring their child to a safe, quality program, and then get the parenting skills they need, or their GED, or an online school. We hope to have an online school for kids that maybe had already dropped out of school. I mean, we're really working on this, and we're asking the community to come in and to help us support our community, our children, and our families.
All right. How do we get? Where do people need to go? Are there websites or links or?
We have not put up a website yet. But what I would like, what I can do, Idale, is give you the information. They'll be more than happy to go onto your website and to get the phone number, if you'd like. And I can also give you the address, and you can put it on there. They can start calling now. The building will not itself be open until July 1st, but we're definitely people that want to help and support the center can get the information, and then others that are going to need the services, they'll have that information also.
I'm ready to write. What do I need to put down?
Well, the name of the center is called International Learning and Cultural Resource Center. And right now I will give you my cell number until we get a phone into that building, and it's 720-841-6640. And I apologize, I don't have the exact address in front of me, but the building is off 14th and Elmira in Aurora.
I hope you know I'm writing and I'm shaking, because this is so amazing to me. You know that you're willing to put forth that kind of effort. I mean, and this is exactly what people needed to hear tonight, because I felt like when we opened up the broadcast that there was somebody out there going to think, wow, Debbie Downer, like we don't need to be reminded of something so horrific. But I'm like, no, as I mentioned in the monologue, there's a silver lining right here, and we're going to find it tonight. And this is exactly what I was expecting. So I'm gonna push this out ASAP, okay? And you say that it's going to be fine for folks to just contact you if they're interested, or when they're interested in helping directly on your cell temporarily, right? Okay.
That's right. Absolutely right. We are working in there every day trying to get that building ready. Good.
And as additional information becomes available, then we'll update it, and then we'll just continue to have a live patch and live updates on that site as much as we need to update, and as much communication that I need to push out, because if we're going to be a part of the solution, then let's do it. And so I'm right here. Use my platform most definitely to make sure that that we can have. Absolutely. Let's make this an outlet to start the healing process for somebody out there. You know,
well,
this is fantastic. This was a whole.
if I can say this really quick, Idale, is that, I've been blessed twice. As you know, since you've known me so long, I adopted a baby whose mother, the birth mother, was on the street, and she was an addict.